The gold is surging again to over $4,000 per ounce, and that's 44% year-on-year gain. But people are hedging against inflation, people are hedging against policy and geopolitical risks, and further upside is still expected. So this is not quite an era of people just spending money and going into a bubble, even though some experts would like you to believe. I don't think that we are in a bubble right now. We are in on a rally right now. This is just people hedging their money, hedging their bets. This is just people being conservative and putting their money in what they believe to be safe assets right now. Gold, even Bitcoin, is considered safe right now. And you can see that because historically, we've never had in the last 10 years such low levels of Bitcoin reserve within centralized exchanges, because we have so many buyers, not enough production of Bitcoin. So we have demand that is taking over supply. And that also means that people are still putting money in Bitcoin, even though they are risk off right now. Markets are risk off right now. Same way that they're putting money in Nvidia and Microsoft and Amazon and Alphabet and Meta, because people are risk off right now. So you have to understand that these assets, Nvidia, Microsoft, these are no longer considered the fringe assets. They are considered mainstream, of course, right? They make up for, well, how much is that? They make up for a huge percentage of basically the Federal Reserve or SPX. They make up a huge percentage of SPX. That is because people consider them to be reserve assets, blue chip assets, the same way you would consider SPX itself to be a reserve asset, a blue chip asset for yourself, for your portfolio. And that is not really surprising. France itself, now this is another news that actually goes on to prove my point. France itself is proposing Bitcoin reserves, and French lawmakers have delivered a bold challenge to European monetary policy this week, introducing groundbreaking legislation that would ban the European Central Bank's digital euro. So they're not in line with buying the stablecoin that ECB might issue. And they're establishing France as the world's largest sovereign holder of Bitcoin. Now, this is a lot of positive statements. This is not El Salvador we're talking about. This is France we're talking about. France is trying to become a Bitcoin reserve holder in the world, one of the major reserve holders in the world. And that is yet another piece of evidence that we are not in a risk-on market. It's a risk-off market, and Bitcoin is now considered to be relatively risk-free.